Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to this ever present, ever loving, and ever expanding eternal now moment. It is a moment where we, as a One Cosmic Home community, has shifted together into a whole new place and space of beingness, our original home, where the original codes of creation is flowing through. And in this moment, I'm going to give expression to that which is fully present within me, and all the different codes that's going to flow through is flowing through from a place and space where it feels like where previously I've connected to you as Surit, giving expression to that which is flowing through. It feels like I am now connecting from my cosmic nature, flowing through this very beingness of my body, which is the house of my true cosmic nature. So therefore, it feels like that which is flowing through is flowing from, through, and as my whole cosmic being, nature, light expression, codex, and all the different codes that wants to move through and be grounded is doing so in a way that I haven't experienced before. And what I'm guided to in this moment is to also, as I'm sharing that, to perhaps just share how that is experienced, so that the experience of that can, through giving voice to it, also be grounded as a knowing for when those that is going through the shift can recognize, that is how that looks like, and are given expression to. There's an awareness that is really been echoing through over these last few hours specifically. And that awareness is that every moment when we in the physical connect to each other, we are experiencing and being a reflection of something new that has moved through since the last time that we've connected or seen each other. And I think that is rather challenging for most people, because when we are in interaction with others, they are in conversation with us given what they have last experienced when they were in our presence. And the same is true for us. And over this last few weeks specifically, I became very present and very aware of that. And every time when I connected with my mother or my neighbor, I was very aware that as I'm standing in front of them and starting to have a conversation, just like I have shifted into an expanded awareness of who I am through my beingness, so have they. And therefore, when I are in conversation with them, to receive them where they are in that new moment. And therefore, I'm very aware as I'm sharing this with you, each one of you are in a even more centered, grounded, expanded, and connection with all that you are, as I am. And together, through the awareness of it being so, we are giving expression to something new. And that something new looks different for each one of us. It is experienced differently for each one of us. And we are giving expression to that in different ways. And having said that, the guidance in this moment is to give expression to that which I was sharing around. It feels like I'm not sharing from Suret, but rather that I'm sharing from my cosmic nature. So as a means of us connecting together, each in our cosmic nature, I'm going to walk you through an experience for us to ground that. And I'm going to, in this moment, keep my eyes open so that I can also practice to be very aware of how that experience or experienced by me, but also how, as my physicalized expression looks through its limited view of that of being in a human body, and therefore can only have a limited view of an experience. I'm going to share both of those so that we can start integrating the grounding thereof. And the awareness is in a physical body. If you just leave out your cosmic nature of your true light beingness that you are, if you just take that out for a moment and you look at and experience yourself in physical form, this human body with the eyes that is in front, the nose, the mouth, the ears, is limited in its observation, its sight, its smell, its taste, and its hearing, not because we are limited beings, but there's limitations in a physical body. For example, in this moment, I cannot see behind me or outside of these walls in this moment through these physical eyes. Same is true for the ears. I can hear sounds that is outside of me in my home and outside of my house to a certain distance, and only on a specific frequency band. There's other waves of sounds that these ears cannot hear. And the same with smell. I can perhaps smell a flower that's here in my home, but not outside in this moment. And I have a taste in my mouth, given what I have tasted an hour or 2 or 3 ago, that is still lingering here. So the physical body in this expression is limited in what it can see, smell, hear, taste, and experience. As a cosmic being of light, I can see throughout the whole cosmos in this moment. All the different levels and layers and particles and light strands that is moving through the cosmos, I can see that as the cosmic being of light that I am. I can also hear the different vibrational frequencies and I hear it in different, it sounds almost like an orchestra in different tones. as I move through the cosmos. So I can attune to the different sounds currently in this moment. I can also smell, if I connect to a place in the cosmos that is, I'm just connecting to that, that is underwater. There's a specific smell that I can connect to versus a place that is further out. And the same is true for taste. And therefore, as the cosmic beings of light that we are, that are connected to our true nature, and therefore all the different senses, and I'm just now referring to senses, that comes with and through our oneness and connectedness to our cosmic nature. All of those sights and sounds and smells and tastes and felt experiences that we have throughout the cosmos in this moment, I'm going to describe what I am sensing, feeling, connected to there, here. With the awareness that as I'm connecting to that as my one cosmic body, I cannot physically experience that through the limitation of the physical body. And our true nature wants to give expression through this physical body that we are. And through doing so, our innate crystalline nature that we know and experience ourselves as are not only recalibrating our physical bodies, but through the process of doing so, also supporting our physicality to experience our cosmic nature so that those two can start synthesizing and for it to be felt and known in a new way. And perhaps for now, just to share that. So let me share that which I'm currently receiving a reflection of through my cosmic body. And as I'm sharing that, to connect to whatever comes into your awareness as I'm sharing that, and you're welcome to keep your eyes open, to close them, whatever you are guided to do in this moment. So in this moment, in front of me, behind me, to the sides, above and below, I'm experiencing this field, which is light in nature, and it feels very soft. I see different particles. It's almost like this, dancing. So there's an aliveness of the particles. And I also simultaneously seeing these, it's like strands like this, light strands that is weaving through the particles, and together the particles and the strands form this field. And it's very palpable. I'm very aware that even if I do this, I feel the field. And perhaps you can just connect to and feel into that which you are feeling in, around, and through you. Eyes open, eyes close. And if it's easier first to close your eyes and get a sense and feel of that, and then gently start to open it. It's all perfect. And this field, I'm feeling these particles and light strands, I'm feeling it in front, to the sides, behind, above. It's everywhere. It is simultaneously, like if you go like this, it is simultaneously in all these directions around me, and therefore all the different dimensions. And as I'm feeling this, there's a substance to it, which it is different than normal air. It's the only way I can describe it. It's a little bit thicker than normal air, almost like mist, but it's not fluid in full water. It's almost like mist. So there's a moisture which gives it a little bit of weight. And that same moisture is all around. It's everywhere in the same field. So simultaneously in this field, and that for me feels like the whole cosmic field. And it is a heart field. It feels like a heart field because it feels like it's grounded in the center of my heart, and that it emanates out forward, sideways, backwards, up and down simultaneously. And standing in the center of it while also simultaneously seeing myself present in the whole field, in all dimensional directions. And as we connect together to that field, all we are essentially doing is connecting to our own nature, because that's who we are. We are this heart field that is eternally present, and it's always with us wherever we are, wherever we travel to, because it's who we are, and it's the emanation of our true nature, a reflection of the living light. Simultaneously, if I can start layering what I'm experiencing, is in that same expanded field, I'm also seeing a lot of it's like stars. It's like standing in the Milky Way, which is a collection of stars. And the stars are right through physical body and out into the field, all around me, above me, below me. So just perhaps get a feel of, or connect to, how that experience is like for you, and whether you are connecting to that. And whether, because I'm also starting to see planets, and I know it's planets because it's a different form than the stars. It is a different density as well, although it doesn't feel dense. I just see it, but the form appears denser than the rest of the field, and therefore I can sense into that. And the same that I've been sharing around the field that is from my heart throughout in all dimensional directions, as are the stars, as are the planets, which is interesting to experience, because as I'm looking at this screen that I'm talking to, I'm seeing myself in physical form. And yet I don't see that same field on the screen. I only feel it here, around me, through me. And perhaps that is important. Perhaps this light can't be reflected through that screen. I don't know. I'm just very aware of that in that moment. When I close my eyes and I look at the same screen because I'm aware of it in front of me, no, it literally feels, the field goes right through the screen and the screen is sitting in this field. That's what it looks like when I close my eyes. Simultaneously, just wanting to connect back. So it's the whole heart field, all the different stars, all the planets. And there's quite a number. I'm not going to count them now, but I'm very aware there's a large amount of planets. But what is interesting, if you look at pictures, you will always see the planets in a straight line or a plane like that. That's not my experience. They are in different heights and distances around this field. Simultaneously, there's a connection to I'm just opening into that, a connection to an opening that is appearing. And as I step into that opening, what I'm seeing is it's as if I've stepped into a visionary landscape. And I'm saying landscape because it looks like a land where there is, let me start describing that, where there is behind me a huge waterfall of water that is coming out of a huge mountain. So if I can just describe it like this, it's like from this circle here above my head upwards is this huge mountain. And then out from this window that is here, but out of the mountain that is there, is this great waterfall of water. And it just continues to flow out. And both to my left and to my right, there's also mountainous landscape that continues. And that feels like it's even extending out of this field that I'm connecting to, which is interesting. So it doesn't stop here, so it continues out of the field. And as this crystalline water, and I'm saying crystalline because it looks like I simultaneously see this whole stream of water as a waterfall, yet simultaneously aware of the individual drops of water. And it looks like each drop of the water is shining individually. So if you can just connect also to that which you are experiencing, whether through landscape or through water, or perhaps connect to that which I'm sharing around what I'm experiencing, this great waterfall. And what I'm now experiencing is I'm simultaneously feeling myself as the water flowing down, as a waterfall. And simultaneously, I'm also experiencing myself as individual drops of water and one with it. A waterfall and water drops simultaneously. Yet, while I'm experiencing that, I'm also aware of my presence in front of the waterfall, staying connected to the waterfall and the drops of water. And I just realized that's probably what dimensionality means, is that you're simultaneously connected to the one field of creation, all aspects of creation, all the different particles and light strands, all the different stars and planets, the water, the mountains. And each one of them a different substance, it feels like. So there's an awareness of the one drop of water creates a different feel of it than the whole waterfall as a whole. And the same is true for the mountain. The mountain feels different than the water. And not only in the feeling of it, but also the seeing and the sensing of it. So it's a clear knowing that I can see it, I can feel it, and I can experience it simultaneously, each one of them individually and collectively, all of them together as one landscape, one field. And the awareness is now moving to I'm sitting here on my chair, so I'm aware of self sitting on chair, yet when I look down, here where my legs are and my hips are sitting on the chair, from the hips down into the legs, it feels like I'm sitting in a body of water. So these mountains with the waterfall has formed this body of water. If I can show my hands like this. So it's this body of water and I'm sitting in it. And as I look into the water, I'm aware that I'm seeing through it and I'm experiencing this whole body of water simultaneously. And the waterfall flowing in and through. So it almost feels like the water is flowing through physical body, yet deeply connected to it being in etheric form, in light form, and all the codes that is embedded in that. So sitting in this whole body of water, and now there's this, from the waterfall that starts there at this height almost, if I can show my hands like this, there's this mountainous path that's walking on either side, to the left and the right, when I look in this direction, and it moves down. And what I'm seeing is a lot of people that is standing in different places on this path on both sides, in different depths. So it's different expressions of bodies, of people, different heights, so it's different ages, and standing, forming, it's not a straight line, but groups of that forming this wave of people moving down as if they're walking down the mountainside. And simultaneously aware of the sound of the water that ever so gently are flowing through this waterfall. And as it flows from a different height and it moves to different heights in the flow and the flowing down and through, what I'm hearing is as I tune into this sound at the highest height where the fountain comes out of the mountain, that sound there is higher. There's a higher frequency to that sound that water is expressing there. then when the waterfall is halfway down or becoming one with the water body that's here. So there's different sounds and tones in the expression of the different water particles individually and collectively as streams of water, and the whole collection as a waterfall of water. So if you can attune to the different vibrational frequencies of the water bodies and the speed with which they are flowing down and through into the body of water. And what I'm hearing and sensing in this moment is, although this may sound for your human ears like a description of being somewhere in a landscape, this is a cosmic expression of the codes that is being transmitted, which is flowing through, and which is bringing into coherence that cosmic waterfall and flow and the organic nature thereof, bringing the water within the physical body into connection with and coherence with the organic original codes of water. Phew. And as I say that, I just feel a soft, gentle calibration. There's a calibration that's occurring within the physical body as the physical water, and whether that is salt water like in our blood or sweet water like that which is in our organs, all of them are calibrating in different levels and layers to the original codes that is present in the water of the waterfall, in the water body, in the flow of the one to the other, and the circulation of that. And simultaneously, this moist substance that I was feeling in the field, all of that is also water particles. And all of that is also calibrating our very fields individually and collectively as a whole. And the waters of our true nature are being remembered. Whew. And just creating some space for that calibration to organically be there. Whew. Just going to close my eyes because I can just feel how my body is starting to experience the oneness and connection of the waters of creation. Hera mana koro noso kono. Hera mana kana era masana. Ore na mana kena morokono. Hera mana kase mene ena mara kono oro. Hiramana esamanakara enakana heshlomo. Oromena kana. Hiramana keneme irakana urko no etsamanaka. Olo orono onehena kana metana rata. Hiramana koto onono. Hiramara kana heramana kono. Full body goosebumps as all these codes are flowing through. All the cosmic waters of creation flowing, circulating. Era masakana era monokono uronoko somonokena. Hila monokono ene marakana kana. Hire mise kono urono tonena. Hina mana ina mosokono itamarana. Hira mana korono torotine kelamana sanakana. Hina mana kono orono etama. And as all the textures of all expressions of water in all forms of being liquid, moist, mist, in its sweet and salt expression. Connect to the remembrance of the original essence and reason for being created through the cosmic ocean of creation, creator, creatrix, as one body of water, one womb of creation. And what I'm seeing now is, as all these codes move through, echoing out through all the different expressions of creation. And what is coming into the field in this moment is, as this body of water that is here where I'm sitting in is being reconnected to the flow that is moving through. It is flowing forward and it's connecting to the ocean of water in front of me. And my awareness is moving around, that it is not only the ocean in front, but it is moving out simultaneously around throughout the whole oceanic realm. And therefore, essentially, as this fountain, waterfall of water is flowing in and through It's moving forward into the ocean. And as it moves around, it moves up again and out through the waterfall. And this continuous flow and circulation is what is not only transporting, but also transfiguring, transcending all the different water expressions in a very organic way. And through doing so, the crystalline essence in nature, remembered anew. And as I'm present to the awareness of the waterfall, the mountain, the flow of the waterfall, the body of water moving out into the oceanic round, simultaneously circulating around and through. There's also awareness of being fully present to and present in the fountain, the drops, the waterfall, the body of water, and the ocean, and starting to experience self in all of them simultaneously, yet aware of self, aware of that. So being a witness to while simultaneously experiencing self as that. And what that is doing is, what I've just seen is that it allows for our cosmic body of living liquid water to weave through the salt and sweet waters of this physical body. And as it does, through our connection and awareness of it, it emanates out the very crystalline codes of our presence, and allowing for that to flow and circulate through this whole field, and through doing so, grounding all the different crystalline codes of the original waters of creation to ground through all the bodies of our being, through our oneness with the awareness of our cosmic heart field of light, in oneness with the waters, in oneness with the physical expression of our being, and weaving and breathing as one, as a grounded experience and as a conscious awareness of it being so. And through the knowing of that, amplifying all these codes to emanate out. So just for a moment, I'm going to close my eyes just to be fully immersed in the liquid nature of the elemental waters of my cosmic nature and my physical nature as one grounded experience. And as I do, it's just perhaps move into a grounding of all these codes So as you ever so gently and lovingly close your eyes, if it's not already closed, and breathe into the center of your heart, the crystalline nature thereof. Just a few conscious breaths of the heart of your being, Gaia Sophia's heart, crystalline core, and the heart of the cosmos as one heart of creation. Three hearts, weaving, breathing as one. Creator, creatrix, creation. And as you continue to soften into the heart of your being, your true nature, the heart of the cosmos, Cosmic Mother, Father as one. Allow yourself to continue to soften. And as you do, just be aware of the living waters that is bubbling like a fountain within the center of your heart. This ever-present, living liquid essence in oneness with the living waters of creation, the living waters of your being, eternally connected to this living liquid fountain, ever present, ever loving nature of your being, in eternal oneness with all that is. And simultaneously bring into awareness your physical expression of your heart, and this living liquid crystalline waters of creation that's flowing through your cosmic light body, through the heart of your being, through the fountain and eternal nature of who you are. Just feel how that flows into your physical heart, nurturing, lovingly experiencing whatever way you are seeing, feeling, hearing, or experiencing that. And this cosmic heart of your being, your true essence, and the eternal fountain of love that flows here and out into your physical heart. Just notice how it flows into your lungs, simultaneously left and right lung, slowly filling your lungs, every single cell. In the center of each one of your cells of your lungs and all the different crystalline water codes that has flowed through, ever so lovingly flowing and circulating through your hearts and your lungs. And let it flow out into your stomach, so that your whole stomach be satiated by these living light codes of the crystalline nature of your being. Your stomach be fully satiated. And now let it move from your stomach, your gallbladder, your liver, pancreas, let all of them be satiated, so that each one of these cells remember the crystalline essence of their water expression. Into your spleen, your small intestine, and just notice how it gently flows and circulates through each one of the cells within your small intestine, and as it moves through into your large intestine, your bladder, let all these organs be fully saturated by the crystalline essence of your true water expression and the oneness with the waters of creation. And allow yourself to experience the loving nature of this water, of yourself, in oneness with our Creator Creatrix and the waters of creation. As it moves and flows and circulates into your womb, your genitals, so that each one of your organs, from your heart to your genitals and all in between, are fully saturated by the living liquid codes of your own essence and being in oneness with all of the cosmic creation waters. And now move your awareness up to your throat, with the waters fountain up into your throat, in your mouth, your tongue, your nose, eyes and ears, so that each one of your senses in physical form experience and deepen in their remembrance the original crystalline water codes that they are one with because of your presence through this physicalized expression of your being. And be fully satiated. Your eyes, so that your physical eyes and your cosmic eyes be renewed in their connection and the deep gratitude for these senses to be, albeit limited in their human expression, to have the experience of seeing hearing, smelling, tasting. The very cosmic nature of your being through your presence, through these senses. Attuning, remembering, supporting, co-weaving and co-expressing. Now allow your awareness also to expand into your brain and all the different cells. To be fully satiated by the crystalline water essence of your being. To rest, to remember, to celebrate in the knowing of the receiving of these crystalline codes. Now move your awareness to all the places and spaces through all your organs simultaneously as one. Fully satiated by these waters of grace. And as we ground in the center of each one of the cells of each one of your organs, allow all these waters to flow through all these cells and around all these cells. And notice how from your head to your hips, all your organs, all the cells within and around, fully satiated by these waters and the sustenance and the nutrients that comes through that. And now bring into awareness your skull, your head bone, and how it's gently placed upon your spine and all 33 spine bones, moving out to your tailbone, each one of those bones fully satiated by these waters. And the crystalline nature thereof. Now back to your neck, your shoulder bones, arm bones, and hand bones. As these waters move from your cells into these bones. Then again down your spine to your hips, your leg bones, and your feet bones. Just notice how you are fully satiated. Your true nature, your crystalline water essence, flowing, filling through all your organs and bones. And now simultaneously from your feet, your muscles in your feet, in your calves, up your legs, your buttocks, the muscles in your lower back, belly, your chest, muscles in your neck, your arms, your hands, and in your head. All these muscles also be fully satiated by the living waters of your presence and the oneness of that with the crystalline nature. of creation as a whole. And as your one cosmic crystalline body of creation and the water nature of your being, be fully present to the physicalized expression of the physical body where you are housed in, and this physicalized body that has been with you since the moment that you came in as a soul to give expression to the gifts of your being, have since that moment in oneness with all that is, give expression to the forming of this most exquisite body, the very physical architecture that allows for your soul, your cosmic light body, your true nature to experience itself through and as the cosmic being of light that you are in a physical body. And your awareness and presence that weaves and breathes this body into being in every moment. May with every breath you deepen in the remembrance of the beauty, the boundless and the bountiful nature of your being here in form. And through being that, to be a gift for others to remember their crystalline and true organic nature, in an even more deepened way. As we continue with each breath to harmonize and synthesize the original waters of creation, of our true nature and oneness with our Creator, Creatrix, and creation expressed as one, to experience and know ourselves as the living waters, the eternal sustenance and nurturance for all physicalized expressions, through the love of all that is, and the living liquid essence of our being and expression and reason for being here, to know what true love is, to share what true love is, and to celebrate our knowing of this, for it to be a grounded experience in this moment, for all to receive in all the different ways in the perfect moment and readiness of it being so. And so it is. And as you ever so gently open your eyes, let's just allow our awareness of the living liquid essence and expression of who we are to continue to weave and breathe through us with every breath. And as we do, perhaps just move your head, your shoulders, your hips, for all these codes to continue to settle and to weave and breathe through. And allow for this very crystalline heart field and cosmic nature of that which is emanating out through this physicalized body, that we continue to remember that we are the grounding and the anchoring of the cosmic crystalline light bodies that we are in, and our oneness with it, and connection to it, and interconnection of it, to continue to be present, and in every moment when we're with another, to recognize that in them as we become reflections of that for each other. And through doing so, experience our one cosmic home, one cosmic community, and one cosmic family as a physicalized expression around us as one, and the love of all that is. I'm not sure if there's anyone that wants to give expression.
Yay. Yeah, I would love to share some codes. During your transmission, we traveled through the heart of the heart forest. We were guided there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Very sacred. Thank you.
I'm just feeling that that forest codes, and it feels like in this moment, because I just literally saw how that whole forest just whoops landed in this field, and perhaps that is the grounding of all the different codes that has just flowed through, that is coming into coherence and synchronization as a physicalized expression of all those codes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so it feels like this was a very full transmission, and therefore I think let's come to a completion. Thank you for being here and all the different codes that has flowed through for all of us to weave together as one cosmic body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Till we meet again. Much love.